Saturday, August 20th, 2022, coming to Hartford, Michigan at the Van Buren Poorhouse Museum, it's Ghost-O-Rama. Ghost-O-Rama is a one-of-a-kind event. It's a paranormal meet and greet / flea market / Comic-Con, car show, and much, much more. There'll be paranormal groups, the Ghostbusters, the Mystery Machine, spooky vendors, live band, ghost tour, Jurassic Park, killer cars, food truck, disc jockey, historical museum, kid haunted house, and much more. Van Buren County Historical Museum. That's right, out at 58471 Red Arrow Highway, Hartford, Michigan, 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's an outdoor market, which is free to the public. That's right, you heard me. It's open to the public. There'll be a museum tour, $5 per person. Also, from 9 to 11, a ghost tour, $20 per person. That's right, Ghost-O-Rama is hitting West Michigan, Saturday, August 20th, 2022, at the Hartford Van Buren Poorhouse Museum. This is sponsored by Southern Michigan Paranormals, UnrestrictedRadio.com, the Great Lakes Ghostbuster Coalition, How to Halloween, Frankenfest, and the Midwest Parahistorical Society.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Friday, February 18th episode of Morning Coffee and Chat. I'm trying to get everything finished, getting set up here, since I can't start setting things up till after it starts. Go figure, they don't make anything easy anymore, do they? Let me see here. Now that goes to our giveaway to be awarded on April 30th. Do that. And then that gets pinned to the top. Put this over to live chat. I hope everybody's doing good this morning. Don't forget, tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the channel, we have got Sheriff Buford T. Cletus, historian, paranormal investigator. We're going to be sitting down talking to him about investigating the Civil War battlefields, investigations that he's gone off and done that just haven't lived up to the legend, kind of letdowns. But we're also going to talk about those investigations he's gone on that have scared the living bejesus out of him. So don't forget, 7 o'clock tonight, Eastern Standard Time, right here on Living Histories Mysteries, on our Ghost to Ghost PM live stream interviews. We're going to have Sheriff Buford T. Cletus. Hope everybody's having an amazing Friday morning so far. Hope those of you that are having an amazing Friday morning don't live in Michigan. In case you didn't hear, we got absolutely positively smashed last night. It was 50 degrees. Hey, Laura. Good to see you this morning, dear. On another. Want to say hi? Cool. Cool. We'll still be here for a couple hours. So, you know, if you get done at the other one, just bring everybody on over here. I'm sure we can entertain a crowd. Yeah, I had Buford on the old channel, and he is really interesting to sit and chat with. That is a man of infinite knowledge right there. Oh, you're in Winnipeg? Yeah, it was 50 degrees here yesterday, and it started raining. No, I take that back. Night before last, it was 50 degrees, and it was yesterday. It was yesterday. 50 degrees all day long, and just all of a sudden we got dumped. Right about 1 o'clock yesterday. Temperatures started to bottom out. Snow started falling. We wound up with a little over 7 inches out there with all that rain that had come before it freezing. So we wound up with about a half an inch of ice underneath it. I went to clean the car off this morning, get it started for the wife so it was warm. Went to pull it on the driveway. There was so much ice out there, the front tires were spinning on the gravel. Wasn't kicking up no gravel, but there was so much ice in that gravel, the tires just spun on the gravel. So I had to keep rocking it back and forth till I finally got it to pull forward. Zelly Grubs, hey, hey, hey. Good to see you. Glad you found us. Hope you girls are doing good. Good morning, Candy. Thank you very much for sharing us out and tweeting us and all that other cool stuff that you do. Yeah, Laura, we got dumped a little bit. Plus, we're supposed to get lake effect snow today and tomorrow. And we have the showing for the wife's the wife and her kids' friend that passed away a couple of days ago. They're going to do a showing for her tomorrow before they cremate her. And it's going to be a busy weekend. It's going to be hectic. Luckily, the showing and everything is here in town, so we don't have very far to go. Used cat litter this year, helped a lot. What's things like out your way, Zenny? I haven't really heard much about Pennsylvania this year, so I didn't know what the weather was like out there. Our buddy Lee's only been down to Gettysburg once that I know of since winter hit, so I had no clue what your guys' weather was like out in Pennsylvania. Got a bunch of table salt instead of rock salt. Yeah, I use table salt. I had the wife pick up 4 of the containers of table salt yesterday because I used the rest of it to try to get the wet, rained on ice melted off the back porch before she got home. And then it started snowing right on top of it as soon as it melted. So, yay. Morning, Jan. Good to see you, dear. Hope you're doing good this morning. It's been a crazy winter. Been a crazy winter here. I mean, we had the cold temperatures last year, you know, the minus 55 wind chill and stuff like that, but hardly had that much snow. This year, it's been moderately nice. I think we've had one day with the wind chill like minus 7, minus 8, but our temperatures have all stayed above 0, and it was not been that bad here. I mean, we've had a few good snows. Missed a couple days of school, which don't bug me one bit. Hanging out with my daughter all day. Her little craziness running around here. Her little girlfriend comes over sometimes, and they hang out and play a bunch of loud music and play games and run through the house like they've lost their bloody minds. Try. Yeah, the winter here in the Midwest hadn't been bad. Like I said, I didn't know what it was like out your way. You know, where you guys are at, farther east, and I know that there's been some cold, unexpected weather all over the southeast and the south this year. 2.5 inches of rain yesterday, and this morning flurries. Yeah, it rained here from like 9 o'clock yesterday morning until right about 1 o'clock, and the temperature just bottomed out. I mean, you could almost sit there and watch the thermometer drop. It bottomed out so fast. I mean, like I said, it was 50 degrees. You'd go back a few minutes later, it'd be 43 degrees. Go back 10 or 15 minutes later, it was, you know, 37 degrees. And it's like, damn, you talk about a cold front coming in fast. This one here just rolled right over the top of everything. Yeah, it's always a good time hanging out with my little chickie poo. And even when her buddy's here, she's like another adopted daughter. And they'll lounge around. When I decide to go and watch TV in the bedroom or something like that, I'll have one of them sprawled out on the bed, laying there playing the game, watching TV with me. The other one will be sitting at the foot of the bed, playing the game, watching TV. And it's always a good time. It got up to 75 yesterday, windy and rainy, but now it's 41. It's 15 degrees here. It's 15 degrees here. I went out to get the car rolling for the wife this morning and everything, and the ice scraper wasn't scraping the ice. I mean, that ice was ungodly thick on her car this morning. It was terrible. I just had to turn the defrosters on high and walk away. Well, you know, after I took the 7 inches of snow off the bloody thing. One of these days, you think I'll learn to quit going out there in my combat boots and my robe. Come back in, I had snow all over my pajama pants and my robe and down inside my boots. And you would think at my age I'd know better. You know what I always say? It's insane. I'm actually off work today because it's been so slow. They texted me asking if I want PTO, and I said, sure, why not? There you go. Morning, Ty. Good to see you, bud. Yeah, it's morning. It's morning. At your age, you're looking good, buddy. Thanks, Bubba. Hey, I'll tell you what, I feel a lot younger since I got rid of that gray beard and everything, trimmed my mustache and my little soul patch back in, and cut off all that long hair and everything. The wife told one of her friends the other day, she said she wants me to let my beard and my hair grow back. Now she feels threatened. She said, he don't look like my grandpa no more. Now he actually looks like he could be my husband, and it's a little threatened now. Yesterday's a bad day for me. Felt terrible. Almost called the squad. Yeah, you definitely need to get to feeling better, girl. That's for sure. One thing I've noticed about me and you, when we get sick, it likes to linger. Got to keep Mama happy. Nah, I just got to make sure Mama understands that she ain't got nothing to worry about. Oh man! So is Ellie off? Is Ellie off today too, Zinni? Are you girls actually going to get to spend the day together, just relaxing and kicking back, watching TV, making a couple more videos? Yeah, surprise visit yesterday. Almost got double teamed. Well, that's not always a bad thing, I guess. I've been double teamed a couple times. It's a Valentine's Day present. We'll talk about it later. Doctor has me scheduled for another CAT scan on Tuesday. My cousin's going to take me. They still worried about what might be ticking around inside there, Jan? Just chilling. Hey, Zenny, do you have Messenger, Facebook Messenger? Good morning, Tony. Good to see you, bud. Child Protective Service and another branch came for a visit to see how things are going. Well, I mean, you know, that's not exactly a bad thing, I guess. Maybe. I know I don't have Facebook at all. Okay. After the live stream's over, I might give you a yell on Instagram. I need to talk to you about something that pertains to my family, but I think you would be the best person to speak to. You know, I have a lot of trust in you. Yeah, I consider you a friend. We've talked for better than a year, and I could use some advice on something. Slack off today. Your head is a mess. Oh. A while back, I sent you a piece I thought you'd be interested in. Did you receive it? Did you send it? No, not bad news at all. Not bad news at all. Did you sent me a piece in the mail or over media? Did you get snow in the latest? Oh yeah, we got it rained pretty much all day yesterday. It was 50 degrees. Then all of a sudden the temperature just bottomed out last night, and everything that had fallen, you know, above freezing started to freeze. We got about a little over 7 inches of snow overnight. I think it finally stopped snowing like 3 o'clock this morning, 4 o'clock this morning. But yeah, we got quite a bit. We got quite a bit on Messenger. I don't know. I'll have to look and see. I've not seen any messages from you for a while on Messenger, but I'll go back through the messages and I'll see if I can find something that I might have missed. Who knows? You know how I get. I rush through my messages sometimes and I miss stuff. Sometimes I think I need some work upstairs. I miss things all the time. People get a hold of me a week or two after they send something and they'll be like, hey, did you see? No. I don't need to approve visitation. I stand firm on my answer, and I don't blame you. I would not let her anywhere near those kids. Every time she gets near those kids get screwed up. And with her living with a guy who straight up threatened your life in front of the kids, and well, now the oldest daughter's dad is completely missing and has been for over a month, I wouldn't let them anywhere near those kids. That was us. Dude, Indy went from 60 yesterday at midnight to 14 right now. All the rain froze to ice. Yeah, I was saying earlier, Bubba, that I went out and I cleaned the car off for the wife this morning. And, you know, well, number one, I went to open the doors and they were partially frozen shut. And I got the car running, got the antifreeze in it. Oh, God, there's a story for you. Got the antifreeze put in it and went to scrape the windows. The scraper wouldn't even penetrate the ice. I got it partially off and turned defrost on high and just had to let it run. But I went to pull the car out directly in front of the steps so she wouldn't have to walk through a bunch of the snow and everything. And the front tire spun on the driveway. Didn't kick up any gravel, just spun on the ice that was sitting on top of the gravel. But yeah, we got 8 inches and wind so much that all 3 interstates in the area were closed. 39 is still closed. Wow. Wow, wow. That's crazy. Got our first meal delivered from the church ministry yesterday. It was wonderful. Very cool. Very cool. But yeah, yesterday, wife's last day off work. She had to take little Georgie out to the vet to get her fixed yesterday. So needless to say, when she got back home, she was drugged up like crazy, just did nothing but sleep. And then the wife had to go out and get the oil changed on the car and find out where that antifreeze leak was at. Couldn't be something as simple as a fracture in the tank or a line with a tear in it. Oh no, it's the water pump. $700 to replace the water pump. $700 for a $70 piece. I called around yesterday. The water pump for that car is only $70. They want $630 labor because you have to disassemble the entire front of the engine to get to the water pump. So it looks like for the time being, we're going to continue to spend about $60 a week in antifreeze to keep the car on road because we can't afford $700 to replace a water pump. And that's pretty much in general. I got on YouTube yesterday and looked at how to replace the water pump. And yeah, you have to take motor mounts loose. You have to take the whole front of the engine off to get to it. And we thought buying a Saturn was going to be really cool. Don't buy a Saturn. Good morning, Marco. How are you doing, my friend? I guess they thought double teaming against me would get me the buzz. It didn't work out for them at all. Good. Good. People can't drive, you know. Oh, no. People can't drive. That's for sure. Very cool. What a blessing of food to live in. Yeah, it's not. I was telling the guy at AutoZone. I said, you know, I helped my dad rebuild the engine in my 67 when I was 16. I told him I wanted to be a mechanic like him. I wanted to work on cars, help people. He said, no, get a real job. Don't be stupid. Don't become a mechanic. Don't learn anything about cars because they're just going to get more complicated and you're going to have to keep learning and learning and learning. He said, that's why I'm retiring early. And he did. He retired at 63 and never looked back. But yeah, now we've got front wheel drive and got to rely on mechanics to work on it. And that's just, let me see here. Of course I do not like cars years ago. This is why I hate front wheel drive. Sideways motors. Oh, yep. Most definitely. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. It was a 13-minute video on YouTube, and I thought, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And I even had the guy from AutoZone sitting there watching the same video as I was watching it. And he's like, oh, it looks pretty easy. Oh, that looks like it. Oh, wait. Oh, crap. Oh, hell. I'm like, are you at that part where you have to start taking motor mounts? And he goes, yep, I'm right there, dude. He goes, if you don't have any mechanical knowledge of this stuff, I would not even attempt it. He goes, now I understand why they want so much money to replace the water pump. I said, can we just like liquid steel it or something like that? He goes, no, it's all under pressure. He goes, it won't work. He says, once it builds up pressure and it gets hot, that stuff's going to melt right off there anyway. So, yep, not going to work. So, like I said, looks like we're going to keep spending $60 a week in antifreeze because every time she starts the car, we got to refill the reservoir. So it's leaking out that fast when she drives the car. Crap, cars. I'm going to go back to an old 65 Ford or something like that. 70 Ford pickup. Be like my dad had a 78. Thing had 500,000 miles on it. Drove it to Tennessee when they moved down there. Hauled my mom's car and drove his 4x4 all the way down there. Had a 78 F-250 4x4 with tires on that thing that came up between my nipples and my belly button. Just couldn't drive it up and down the hills down there where they lived at. In some ways easier than the old days with OBD stuff. I miss cars that actually had automotive components under the hood, not computers, not computer boards. They actually had components, where you could crawl up into under the hood, sit on the fender and bend down and work on a car or a truck. Now you can't even get you can't get a shoe down inside there, let alone both your legs to sit there, with your feet on the fender well and work on a car. Good morning, Rusty. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good this morning. Don't have what it takes to do a type of engine repair any longer. Neither do I, man. I don't understand it. You got to have some kind of degree in computer science to work on a car anymore. And the really sad thing is when my dad retired 20 some odd years ago, Ford had Ford parts, Chevy had Chevy parts, Honda had Honda parts. And, before he retired, he moved into the parts department at the Ford dealership and gave up the service manager position for a younger guy. And a lot of the parts to the Ford cars they were working on, he had to order from Honda, Toyota, Chevy. They were all swapping parts with each other. So, I mean, you're not even buying a Ford anymore. You're buying a compilation of every major auto company out there. The computer stuff, 78 F-250 4x4, like a little monster truck. Oh, yeah, most definitely. I seen him pull into flooded fields in that thing and, shift it into 4 low and hook a chain to somebody who slid off the road and pull them out of water halfway up their car door. And here he is still that much of the tire sticking out of the top of the water. So yeah, believe me, yeah. You see here, computer stuff took my Suburban that I love from 5 to 15 miles per gallon. Japanese cars was the thing back in the 80s. Coffee's ready. Be right back. All right, girl. Doing physical for me, twisting and turning. Good morning, Kentucky girl. Hope you're doing good. In case you guys missed the stream the other night, we have got a brand new giveaway going. It is our very first cash giveaway. All the information on it is pinned up to the top of the chat right there. You can read it at your leisure. Basically, what I'm doing is I am taking 25% of all donations that come in on our PayPal. I'm sticking it in a fund. And on the 30th of April, it's a Saturday night, so we're going to be doing a special Saturday night live stream. I am going to pick a name, and I am going to award whatever's in there to whoever name we pick. Yeah, I know, Tony. That seems to be the universal problem right now. Who the hell's got cash? Well, and you know, we've tried to do the giveaway thing where, you know, we give away prizes and stuff like that. You know, poor Jan still hasn't got hers from 4 months ago because somebody else was working on it and supposed to send it to me and supposedly sent it twice, and I never got it, and it got returned to her damaged, and she never tried to send it again, and now she's no longer part of the channel. So I still have to figure out how I'm going to put together something for Jan and get it to her just as quick as I have extra money to mail packages and stuff. Well, I'm more meant that most don't carry cash much. Yeah, exactly. What's cash? I see a rare green paper that performs magic in my hands. Yeah. Digital cash anymore. It's wild how we're transitioning from paper money to digital. Part of a bigger plan, no doubt. Oh, I'll agree. I very seldom ever carry cash. You know, when you guys send donations to me, it goes right on my PayPal card and it stays on my PayPal card. I do not carry cash if it can be helped. Now, I mean, if somebody sends me a check or something like that, you know, if I don't have access to putting it in the account and just adding it to the PayPal card, then yeah, I'll carry cash in my wallet for emergencies, places that don't have a little, you know, card slippy thing by the cash register, which believe me, there's still a few of them around that don't. Garage sales, flea markets, things like that. But or of course you've got those gas stations and stuff that want your credit card transaction to be over a certain amount because they get charged a certain amount for each credit card transaction. So, you know, don't buy $1.25 soda when the credit card company is going to charge them $3 for a transaction. Make sure, you know, it's over a $4 or $5 purchase. I'm waiting on insurance fellow supposed to come and give me a wellness check. There was concern about my health while I was being used as a construction vehicle. Wow. Well, you know, Rusty, man, that's the reason I keep telling you to take care of yourself and be careful. You know, it took my oldest son, that, you know, who's right about Tyler's age. It took my oldest son to beat it in my head that, you know, time to hang up the cape, time to take off the blue tights. I'm not a pup anymore. I can't do the things that I used to do, but I keep trying to, and I wind up suffering the consequences afterwards. And, you know, I just can't, you know, when the kid starts to cry and beg and plead, then it's time that you open up your ears and start to listen, I guess, because I took off the blue tights and the red cape and hung them in the closet and put them in a plastic bag and haven't looked at them since. I've been to 2 garage sales in the last year that accept credit cards. You're lucky, dude. I haven't found one yet. I didn't get to go to very many last year, though. So, you know, with the big sea running rampant across the country and everything, a lot of people just didn't have them. We normally have a weekend where the big, you know, out here around Diamond Lake, what we call Camp Ritchie folk, they have like a whole community garage sale that weekend. And this is the high price stuff for, you know, a couple dollars here, $1 there, $5 there. And they didn't even do that last year. So I have 25 euros in my wallet right now. Is that a lot of money in US currency? How much is a euro? I don't know the conversion rate. I need that kind of nudges. Pain does the trick. Rode out to Pittsburgh yesterday with Pastor Gary. Took a van load of guitars and stuff out to his new home. Well, that's cool. At least you got out of the house for a little bit. Oh, 35 bucks? Well, that's not too awful bad, I guess. I mean, you beats the hell out of my wallet. I got 2 dead moths in my wallet, a couple receipts, and probably 70 cents in change in my pants pocket. That's all I have to my name. So. 35 bucks. Oh yeah, I could afford a Big Mac. Well, no, I wouldn't, because I eat off the dollar menu. So I could get a triple cheeseburger. You just said you couldn't do wrenching. Oh man, I cannot believe it's Friday already. I don't know. Let me look real quick. Let me see here. As soon as it opens up, there we go. 25 euros. Right there, 25 euros to dollars. 25 euros is $28.40. There we go. I don't know why I'm asking what the conversion is when I have Google. So $28.40 is 25 euros. Which explains why, you know, when my buddy comes over here from England, he brings like, you know, $1,000 with him. Now, 3 years ago, $1,000 in England was like $1,500 here. So you're a broker than I thought. Yeah, not far from $35. Doggone, I got Facebook and YouTube things popping up all over this thing this morning. Everybody must be getting into that Friday spirit. Like I said, guys, don't forget we got Sheriff Buford on tonight as our guest. He's going to talk about Civil War, investigating Civil War battlefields. Tell us about some of the locations he's been to that just haven't lived up to par, and some of them he's been to that's just scared the living hell out of him. So it's going to be an interesting stream tonight. Buford's always a hit. I had him on the old channel once or twice, and he always drew a heck of a crowd and knew his business. What is Friday spirit? I don't know. That's a good question. I will not be doing morning history until this dude leaves. But if anyone sees an advertisement for Lowe's selling off plastic sheds, really inexpensive, I got snuckered. Yeah, I was wondering about that, man, because the day, you told me about it. And the wife went right on to Lowe's trying to find that shed because by God, she was going to order one. She actually thought about ordering two. And we couldn't find them listed anywhere. I sent you that message and even told you that we had looked and couldn't find them. So, I hoped everything was on the up and up, and I'm really guessing it wasn't. I normally work weekends, so credits meant little. Fridays meant little. We got live with what we have. We got, yep, you live with what you have. But I use PayPal mainly because they protect me. Yep, exactly. I don't blame you for that one bit. That's the only card that I carry in my wallet now, is my PayPal card. Yeah, I'm sorry you got snuckered on that, Rusty, because that would have been a hell of a deal, man. I mean, that was just off the wall crazy, that large of a shed. And I figured it was some kind of discontinued model or something like that. They only had a few hundred of them to get away or get rid of. So, I mean, I was really hoping that was a sincere deal, because, I mean, that just blew everything out of the water. At least you had that monetary protection that took care of you, so you didn't lose your money. That's good. My wife brought me a shed ad that was too good to be true. Looked it up from the store the shed was supposed to be from, and no such. Yeah, see, that's how it was with this one. What was it, Rusty? Like a 16 by 20 or something like that. Like super cheap, like just a few $100 or something like that. And the wife went straight on to the company's website looking for it, and she didn't find it. We must have spent an hour combing through the sheds and stuff looking for it, and number one, we couldn't even find those measurements for a shed, those exact measurements. But the ones we found that were just a couple feet smaller were like 4 or 5 times, 6 times what the ad was for. Agent online told me over 1,000 folks got taken. A lot use credit cards. Always screenshot your order and details. And yeah, good advice. Good advice. Over 1,000 people got taken on that deal. Wow. My shed was 12 by 24. Got a real deal at 4,700. If time is money, ATMs are time machines. Yeah. That's actually a real good deal, Tony. That's actually a real good deal. That's what I told the wife, you know, like a 10 by or a 16 by 20 or something like that. We could replace both sheds that are sitting out here, that have been sitting out here for 16 plus years, had tree limbs falling on them and everything else, and you know, still have room to make part of it a workshop. And yeah, it was way too good to be true. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm going to try to put a video out again tomorrow morning. Just a little something extra for you guys this week. I've already put out the 3 normal videos, but I think I want to put out another one. Like I said, we have that showing tomorrow for our friend that just passed away earlier this week before they stick her in the furnace and put her in a little pot. But the whole family is going to get together tomorrow, have a little celebration of life type deal. Sunday night, we are going to have that investigation of the 1834 Masonic Lodge in Paw Paw, Michigan. That's going to be a very interesting investigation right there. That place has got a lot of history over the last 180 some odd years. And God only knows what it was before it was a Masonic Lodge. There is no documented history of what that building was before it became a Masonic Lodge. But that'll be your first video of the week right there. The investigation from that. Apparently Lowe's was hacked for their software. 1 minute after I paid for it, I received confirmation email from Lowe's. When you check the PO number, it showed the shed you ordered. Very deceitful. I'll tell you what, man, these hackers are getting smarter and smarter and smarter. They are finding all kinds of ways to screw people over. You know, a decade ago, people were worried about our major government computers getting hacked. And now it's not even industrial or, you know, military hacking you need to worry about. It's things like, you know, your online purchase places and stuff like that. You know, Lowe's or Menards or whatever the case may be, even Walmart. I'm just waiting for the day, you know, the way hacking has become so advanced, I'm waiting on the day that they find a way to intercept purchases. Like if you go on, if you get on your computer and try to log on to Walmart's website, it automatically redirects you to this fake website. And you try to use your credit card or whatever to purchase something, and it's actually going into this ghost account for these hackers. I'm really surprised they've not come up with some kind of a rerouting software or something to reroute people for online purchases. when he talks, but all mine ever says is goodbye. That's why I'm kind of a miser, man. When I get money, I try to hold on to it as long as I can. You know, I have the Michigan Living History trade show, the 22nd of next month. First time we have been there, or first time they've had that show for 2 years now because of COVID and stuff. And I don't know if I'm going to have any money to go, but that's the place to buy guns and stuff, especially black powder guns. When I was there 3 years ago at that event, yeah, 3 years ago, the first year that I started this channel, or started the old channel, they were selling guns 150, 175, $200, nice black powder guns. So keep an eye on your accounts. Quicker you can react, the better chance you got to get it back. Yep, most definitely. Had to make Instagram account because my other one got hacked. Serious attacks here in Portugal lately. Wow. Always screenshot every page and use PayPal. That way, if it's horseshit, you can provide proof. Help yourself get reimbursed. Oh, Nick, morning, bud. Hope you're doing good today. Do not jinx me like that, Drew. If that ever happens, I'll remember who gave them the idea. COVID and guns in one comment. You're going to get flagged. Ah. I'll tell you what, if mandatory carry don't get flagged, I was watching one of his videos the other day, and he's sitting there in his little room with his AR slung over his shoulder, talking about everything. And they're still suggesting that video on here, so more are expected. Go figure. That's the world we live in today, boys and girls. Something about those con artists on the internet. They find new ways of stealing from people every day. We got striked Wednesday on our show. Oh, really? Wow. But yeah, the Michigan Living History Trade Show, I believe, is the 22nd. It's either the 20th or the 22nd of March. That's the perfect place to pick up guns cheap, to pick up reenactment clothing, to pick up all your accoutrements, tintage, cast iron. If it has to do with anything from French and Indian War through cowboy shooting or cowboy reenacting, that's the place to go to do it. So and that's the place to get it cheap. A lot of those guys have been holding on to this stuff for 2 years now, waiting for the whole pandemic to end so they could have that event again. And I was really hoping, I was really hoping to hit the lottery before then. My mistress told me I could buy a Colt Anaconda after the cabin is done. Wow. Very cool. After the cabin is done. Now, is she including everything being done? Is she including, you know, the interior being done, the exterior, the landscaping, the new drive, everything, or does she just mean built? I've come to find out, you know, through my marriage, that when she gives you a verbal agreement of something, it's kind of like getting a verbal or getting a contract with like an HOA or a bank or something like that. There's always fine print that is somewhere in there, and it can get you. Several months ago, I ordered a guitar that was a scam, used my screenshots with the hacker sent PayPal a tracking number that proved it was delivered. I had a postal cop run the numbers. Wow. I could be better, Nick. Slipped and fell on an ice Sunday morning, hit my head. The thing being livable. That's cool. Real tracking number, wrong address, got refunded. Yeah, Nick, Jan's been having a time since she bonked her head last weekend. She's had CAT scans, and I guess she's going to go in for another CAT scan because things are still kind of screwy up there. She's a busy woman. She here just a couple weeks ago, they moved all the horses and stuff to a new barn, our new location, everything. She takes care of that. She delivers flowers for her sister, I believe it is. And she's not one to be sedentary. She likes to move. She likes to do things. I'm sure this has been a rough week on her, being unstable, her equilibrium being off, things being real screwy. So let me see here. Definitely knowing I have a concussion. More scans are coming. Women in that regard are all the same. I had to throw it in. It is to pass down to number 2 granddaughter bit. So how's things been going for you, Nick? Oh man, Kind Master slipped something in top of my screen. How dare you? Get up there. You're not sneaking in there on me. All right, Rusty. You take care of yourself, bud. Have a good day, and we'll catch you tonight. It ain't like I don't have a dozen revolvers already. Trying to find another job, try to be home more with the family. Yeah, I know. It has to suck, man. I mean, it really has to suck. You know, driving the distance that you drive, staying gone all week, being home on the weekends when you can. I don't know if I could be gone all week long. I'd have to be video chatting with the wife and daughter every single night, every single morning. Well, even when I go off and do an event, even when I go off and do a reenactment or something, you know, when I wake up 5 o'clock in the morning or 3 o'clock in the morning. I turn my phone on. You know, I have to call the wife at, 5 o'clock in the morning when she gets up to video chat with her. And we'll talk for an hour or better, or yeah, real close to that, till she gets in the tub, gets ready for work. A lot of times she'll call me back and video chat while she's driving to work. Every evening, right about 9 o'clock, she wants me to call her again so we can chat before she goes to bed. I don't know. I couldn't stay going. You're a stronger man than I am, bud. You're a stronger man than I am. I'm not working at the barn anymore. Just delivering for my sister-in-law, which I can't do right now because I'm not allowed to drive. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do that when the little turd of a son of mine gets the phone and hangs up on me. I did that work away from family shit, pre-internet. Just being around horses, it would be a blessing. See, that's how I am, Marco. I wish that I could. I wish that I could work around horses all the time. I always thought it'd be cool to take. Oh, the plows are finally out plowing the roads. Psst, jerks. They wait until 5 hours after the storm ends and now we're supposed to get more lake effect snow today and tomorrow. That's probably why they're plowing, to be honest. They know we could get up to another foot of lake effect snow over the next 2 days. 12-hour days, 6 days a week. God is a creator. Horses is the best creation of all. Yep, most definitely. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have ulterior motives. I would love to work with the horses just so when things get slow or there's nothing to do, saddle them up, take them for a nice run somewhere, a good long ride, and bring them back, bathe them, polish saddles back up again, hang it back up. I wanted to get back to the way I was before I was working these long hours. It would be nice. It would be nice. I mean, you were always there at home. When the wife would go to work, you know, if she didn't take Billy with her, you had Billy with you. You were working in your workshop. You were doing the writing lessons and stuff there at the farm, and it was good. I mean, I understand why you did it, trying to help out, bring in more money, take some of the stress off the well. I understand all that. That's great. Sadly enough, 90% of the people that go out and take training like that and stuff, all it's going to do is it's going to help the family out financially, but without dad being there every single day helping out, keeping on top of things, then yeah, it just puts another strain on the family. You guys must watch Arabic horses. I was always a huge fan of Lipizzana's. I love Lipizana stallions. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Hey, Wookie. Hope you're doing good today, bud. Wait for me until we move to a new place. More boarders coming in, so way more to do. 38 stalls in this new place. Just can't do it. When my kids were in school for a long while, I worked 3 jobs. I was rarely ever home or awake. Yep, I understand. Clydesdales are the prettiest horses ever. I think Clydesdales are pretty. I've always been a fan of, oh, what do they call them? The big draft horses, like you see the Amish pulling a lot of their equipment and stuff with, the big war horses. Now, Lipizzana's, they're a very thin-built horse, very muscular, but they're a very active horse. A lot of your royalty in Europe would ride Lipizzana's. They actually, well, at one point in time, they would actually, you would get like a prince or somebody who rode into battle. They would jump straight up in the air and kick their front and back legs out to knock anyone down that was approaching them. And once they hit the ground, they would hit the ground running to get whatever royal person was on them out of there. So let me see here. It also sucks that every weekend for the next few months I'm home. I have to work on my leather shop because of a water leak. Oh no. Oh no. That's terrible. No, water will do some serious damage in a leather shop, that's for sure. Percherons are the funnest to be around. Yeah, too many stalls. I'm gonna purchase are like 2,000-pound dog. You'll become married to their work. Hey, Fishing, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing good today. Happy Friday. Draft horses. That's it, Nick. That's exactly what I was thinking about was the big draft horses. Belgians. My boss had Percherons, Clydesdales, Belgian draft horses. Oh, back up there. Don't forget, guys. I know nobody has money. We were talking about that earlier. But the new giveaway, the big cash giveaway we're doing the 30th of April, is posted up top. You can peruse that at your leisure. Basically, what we're doing is any and all donations that come into the channel between now and the 29th of April, 25% of those donations go into the little fund. And on the 30th of April, I will be picking a name. And the name I pick gets all of the monies that has been saved up for that cash giveaway. It's easier than trying to mail out packages. I can go straight out to our bank, get a cashier's check, and I can send it. Unless I have a person's banking information, then I can just wire the money to them. Friday, Friday, Friday. What's everybody going to do this weekend? I know not all you guys are buried under snow. So I'm sure some of you got some plans this weekend. Lusitania horses. pair are a small breed. I've never heard of Lusitanias. Not a damn thing but wait for snow to melt. That's pretty much, I told you what my plans were for the weekend. I'm going to try to put out a video tomorrow morning. We got that showing tomorrow afternoon for a friend that passed earlier this week. And I have the investigation Sunday night of the 1834 Masonic Lodge in Paw Paw, Michigan. So that's going to be about it. Then I probably won't leave the house for another week again. I'll tell you what, I'm about halfway tempted to go against my doctor's wishes and go out and find a job somewhere just so I can get out of the house more. Of course, I'll screw the disability that way, and there's really no place in town within walking distance to get a job. It's all production work. It's all heavy moving, all heavy lifting. That's what scares me. My Suburban is in here with me, warm and dry. Yeah, you know, I wish we had a garage that I could put her car in. It'd be a little easier to actually work on it, but I couldn't work on that front wheel drive if I tried. I don't know anything about them. And when it comes to something like that water pump deal that we found out about yesterday, there's no way. There's no way. I understand. I understand why they want $700 to replace that water pump. I mean, when you have to disassemble the entire front of the engine, take motor mounts off, everything. Like I said, it's just cheaper. And I told her, I said, it's 6 of one, half a dozen of another. We're going through anywhere between $45 and $60 worth of antifreeze a week. So by the time winter's over, we would have already paid for the labor and stuff, but it's easier to do $60 a week than it is $700 all up front. So we don't have a liquor store. We don't have a liquor store. We have 2 gas stations that sell liquor, and both of them are Indian owned. And well, needless to say, they're pretty smart. They only hire early 20s attractive women to work in there because that helps with suggestive sales. That helps with suggestive, period. So. I think Jay is going to tear up the old floor in the family room so the new floor can come in. Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. I know you're looking forward to getting that brand new floor laid in there. It ain't all that different, just crooked. Still just take bolts out, put them back. Well, and, you know, not to mention, you know, Tony, you have to have the tools to do it. And there are a couple of specialty tools. There's a couple of components that have to come off that engine that you need specialty tools for. And I know nothing about them. I know absolutely nothing about them. It's just, yeah, I know absolutely nothing about it working on cars, especially front wheel drives. It's a lot of work, and it's stuff I know absolutely nothing about. It would be like me trying to sit down and design some kind of a computer program. There would be absolutely no way I'd be able to do it. Refill the old coffee cup. Get a little bit more Arbuckles coming in. Plum, 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 plum. And I've already been outside with the snow shovel. I seen that remark, Tony. I went out there this morning. Like I said, I put the I got the car cleaned off for this morning. Could barely get through the ice on the windshield with our scraper, and went to pull the car forward so she didn't have to make the long walk around the in the snow where it was hard to start drifting and everything, and the tires just spun on the ice. So but I finally got the car pulled forward. I went out and shoveled the back deck, shoveled her walkway to the car. Today I'll go out and shovel out the area where she normally parks at, and hope and pray we don't get another foot of snow between today and tomorrow with the lake effect that's supposed to fall. Good morning, Richie. Good to see you, bud. I put in an Escort, 40 degrees Fahrenheit, rain in Wisconsin, with a $5 socket set. Yeah, timing belt. The big emote. Bring on spring. Forget what that gopher said on Groundhog Day. Oh, no, 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 no. Puxatawny Phil. Little bastard's always right. We're going to be stuck with another month. Shovel for money. Dude, there are so many kids around this town that are doing that now. I don't got a leg to stand on. I had actually suggested that to the wife earlier this year, or earlier this winter, about me going out and shoveling people's drive. And I always do the old lady right across the street, the old school teacher. She's been friends with Steph's grandma for years. And I went over there to ask her about shoveling out her driveway, because it's only like 30 feet, doing her sidewalks around her house from the garage to the back of the house. This stuff was already done. Kids had been out and nailed that stuff as soon as, matter of fact, they were out there shoveling when the snow was still falling. Point is, one does what one must. Yeah, exactly. Agreed. We can fix that. It'll feel, be able to see his shadow ever again. Well, you know, on Groundhog's Day this year, I figured Puxatawny, Pennsylvania was under, 3 foot of snow. So I figured the poor little guy wasn't even going to be able to get out of his den on Groundhog's Day. And by God, they dug him out. Yeah, $20. That's what I now see. The old lady over here, I've never charged her to do her stuff. She's always offered, but I've never charged her. And I went up there and I knocked on her door. I said, "Oh, I came over here to shovel you out and everything, but I see you already got it done." She said, "Yeah, these These 4 kids came by earlier, said they could have it done in 20 minutes, charged me $20. She said, you know, $5 a piece. They were running all over town because there's a whole group of them that are doing it. She said when they came up to the door, there must have been 15 of them out there walking around together. Snow shovels slung over their shoulders. Just 4 of them done my place, had it done in like 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, okay. Walk back across the street. Besides that, see, my issue is I can't stay gone very long because somebody has to be here with Grandma. You guys seen that night that I done my overnight investigation in the kitchen, how she was carrying her walker instead of using it and stuff like that. And she walking through here yesterday morning and had the walker backwards again and started to stumble on it because she had it backwards. She had the wheels facing towards her and had the walker tilted. So there was nothing for her to lean against when she started to fall. Luckily, our daughter was walking by her when she did it, and she's able to grab her and keep her from going down. But somebody has to be here with her constantly. For me to even go to the showing tomorrow, Steph's mom has to come over here and sit with Grandma so I can go and give my respects to the family. So for me to actually leave the house and go out and shovel all day, it can't be done. And somebody has to be here with her. And that's my #1 job, is taking care of Grandma. Our groundhog Gertie didn't see the same as Phil. We were in a blizzard. When I'm done, he won't be able to even get out of bed. Nick reminds me of Caddyshack movie trying to get that daggum gopher. Hello, little gopher. You want to come out and play, little gopher? Here's a little squirrely friend. Hi, gopher. How you doing? Tie Grandma to the bed. I wish it was that possible. I wish it was that easy. God, I do. She's got this brand new habit she just created. See, Grandma likes to make her own tea. One of those very few things that she still feels that she can do adequately. And #1, she can't snap the lids on the cups. So, and with her femoral shakes, you know, she's doing this constantly. So here she is trying to put sugar in her teacup, and the whole time she's slinging sugar on the floor, all over the cabinet, everything else. So we went out and bought sugar cubes. Thought, haha, she can pick them up with her fingers and drop them in her cup. No. Now Grandma sits around all day long. Whenever she's bored or walks past her teapot and stuff, she'll grab a sugar cube, pop it in her mouth. We're trying to figure out where a box of sugar cubes went. And then we caught her on that video that I done last week out in the kitchen overnight, and Grandma's walking up to the counter, popping a sugar cube in her mouth and walking away. She's like a pony. And then she sat there last night saying, I don't eat sugar cubes. I don't know what you're talking about. Steph told her, she goes, we got you on tape. We got you on film eating sugar cubes. Plus, we've caught her a half a dozen times. We'll go out there and we'll hear her clanging around and stuff, and she's scooting the bowl all around, trying to pick a sugar cube up, pop it in her mouth before anybody walks out and sees her. She's like a pony. Or ones the kids willing to work. It really honestly is, Tony. It really is. And that really kind of blew me away. The last couple of years, we've not had any kids getting out doing anything. But a lot of places are not hiring anymore. So these, 16, 17-year-old kids, even McDonald's, our McDonald's still has no indoor dining because business is so slow. People are not going out there and eating. So they haven't even reopened our dining room yet. Our drive-through is the only thing that's open. We have a Subway and another gas station here in town. They only hire older people. They won't hire kids because they know they can't keep them committed to work. So they hire older people, even some slow, challenged people, and offer them jobs, and they work their butts off. But yeah, it is. It's very heartwarming to see kids willing to work again, not wanting to sit at home on their devices and stuff like that. They're willing to get out and do something. I have mine here with us too. She's 89. She's what, 6 years older than Steph's grandma. Yeah, exactly. Reverting to childhood. And that's something that the lady from the Center for the Aging told us that she would do over time after the stroke. That she would slowly regress and mentally get younger and younger and younger. We have to monitor when she gets dressed. She still dressed herself. She still used the bathroom by herself, stuff like that, which is really, really good. I mean, you know, we'll get out her clothes for her. We'll get out, you know, her little unders and her socks and a sweatsuit for her, or something, a pair of sweatpants and a sweatshirt or a t-shirt. And we have to watch to see what she does, because a lot of times she forgets to change a sock. She'll take off her dirty clothes and stick them back in her dresser or something like that. Very, very forgetful, very forgetful. She'll say something to you and turn around a minute and a half later and say the exact same thing over again. A far cry from the woman that she was before she had the stroke. Before, you know, I was doing my videos and stuff out in the shed, you know, 2 years ago. She was my history buff. She was my history. She was my compendium of historic information. She literally remembered everything she ever watched on the History Channel, the Discovery Channel, everything. Everything she had read, stories from her childhood that, you know, her grandparents or her parents told her stuff or things. She had that stroke and all of it was gone. I've even, when I do my investigations, and it makes me feel really good that she loves to be part of my investigations. When we go out and do the investigations and I get the video done and Steph and I watch it on the big screen, Steph always gets mad because I crank the TV up to like 75 and yell at grandma to come in, because she loves to watch the investigation videos. And every day, when I get dressed, when I have to go somewhere, I put on my black investigation coat, you know, with my Ghostbusters patch on the side of it and stuff. Or when I carry my gear out to the kitchen when Danny or Mark or someone's coming to pick me up, grandma's like, "Where are you going today? Where are you gonna go? What's the stories about the place?" And I have to sit down, explain everything to her. She gets so excited about it. So, you know, I figure, if nothing else, I figure if I lost everything, if I lost my channel, if I lost everything, I have still got probably my biggest fans sitting right out there at that table right now, drinking a cup of tea. So, at least the biggest fan in the family. It's not that bad, but we must be vigilant. Oh yeah, most definitely. And you know, the really sad thing is grandma wants to go out. She wants to buy me all of this new equipment and, you know, the voice boxes and all the stuff that the guys have on the TV shows. But she has a person in charge of her finances, and she can't. And it really upsets her because she don't even remember signing over the control of her bank account and stuff to him. But she keeps telling me, we have to get you new stuff. We have to get, we need to get this for you. We need. And then when I told her I was doing the conventions this year, she wants to go out and hang out at the conventions and stuff with me. And I keep telling her, you know, you can't go out there and sit for 10 hours, Grandma. You can't do it. You're going to be in the grass. You can't even walk on carpet without falling down. And you want to go out and spend 10 hours outside in the heat, you know, to go. So I got to make sure and get real good videos of our conventions and stuff. You know, she, believe it or not, she is the one who actually came up with the idea of getting my videos, getting some of our videos or highlights from our videos burnt to DVD, and, you know, playing them on the big 60-inch TV that's in my daughter's room that she don't use. It won't hook up to our internet for some reason. So, and I have the DVD player sitting right here in front of me. She's the one who came up with the idea. She goes, it's a shame you can't play your videos for folks at those shows. Wait a second. There's no reason I can't play my videos for folks at those shows. I said, I just need to figure out how to get my videos burnt to DVD, or get highlights from my videos burnt to DVD, and just take the TV and the DVD player to the shows with me. So awesome. Have a good day. You too, Tony. Have a good day, bud. Take care of yourself. We'll catch you later. Hopefully we'll see you tonight for Sheriff Buford's interview. Heck, I do that now. My brain must be anxious. You know, it's really sad. She gets so excited when I'm going to do an investigation or something. But when she sits down and watches the video, we have to tell her 10 times where I'm at. We have to keep reminding her who everybody is in the video and stuff like that. So man, we are down to 25 minutes already, y'all. 25 minutes. Ha, ha, ha. I need one of those. You need one of those one thingies that I can't think of what they're called. um, what are they used for, Kentucky girl? those thingies that you can't remember what they're called. What are they used for? Maybe that'll help. You plug them into your TV. Oh, a projector. Yeah, it's a projector. Actually, yeah, they make a model of those things where you can actually put a DVD in it and project it. But this is going to be the shows are all going to be outside during the daytime, so it's going to be. I actually thought about the projector thing. I thought it was easier to just buy a projector and put the DVD in it instead of going or instead of taking TV and stuff. But also you need to look at the distance. The booth space is only going to be about 10 foot from front to back, and that's not far enough to get an adequate size picture. I actually might be able to project my phone to the TV. We've just not tried it with that older TV yet. So it might work, it might not work. Good morning, I'm enjoying my breakfast blend coffee. Good morning, Crazy Chicken. Good to see you this morning. Hope you're doing well and enjoying your breakfast blend. Of course, I'm sitting here with my good old Arbuckles. It's a nice stout coffee this morning. And it's warm, and believe it or not, on a morning like this morning, even in the house, coffee's hitting the spot this morning. It's old technology. They cannot hack that. Very true. We have actually got up to 17 degrees now. We have gone up 2 degrees in the last hour and 40 minutes. That's not too awful bad. I think we're going to hit 20 for a high today, and after yesterday's 50, well, needless to say, it's a little nipply outside. It was cold enough out there. Yeah, a projector is what she was talking about. See, what I was actually going to do is I was going to go through all of our old videos, and I was going to make a video of all of the highlights from all of our investigations. And I was going to have that video burnt to DVD, but I was also going to do a DVD that had all of our investigations on it. That way, since it's going to be a 10-hour, we're going to be outside for 10 hours for that convention for Ghostorama. We had videos playing constantly behind us. That way the people had a chance to see what we do. And we still got plenty of time. It's not till August. We've still got five and a half months to try to work everything out. I'm going to review JFK movie, Oliver Stone. Very cool. It's a good movie. My goodness gracious. YouTube is active this morning. I'm getting all kinds of notifications at the top of the screen. If you guys will excuse me for a second, I'm going to make a beeline to the outhouse and take care of some business. Talk real nice amongst yourselves. We got about 18 minutes left. I'll be right back, guys. Michael Phrases, have a channel to put me into it. Very cool. Very cool. So yeah, even with the snow, even with the cold temps, we're still going to try to stay busy. We're going to keep things rolling, keep you guys entertained. I don't know if anyone noticed, we finally broke 300 on the new channel. It's growing a little bit every day. Just make sure when we put out new videos and stuff that you share out the new videos on your social media. That way more people see them. And you know, for every 10 people that sees a new video, at least one of them becomes part of the channel. Thank you, Kentucky girl. I didn't think we were going to break it. I keep going into these other live streams that are growth streams and stuff. And everybody says, you know, share out the link to your channel. Everybody here is dedicated, you know, and I'll go into the streams and I'll get 10 or 12 or 14 subscribers. And the next morning I get up and we've lost 12 of them. It's like, okay, all right. That's how we're going to play it. So, you know, you figure on average, it's 1.5 new members to every 12 people that sees a video or something like that. So definitely keep sharing out the videos. I was really shocked. The video we done yesterday, we've never done a video on UAPs or UFOs. Yeah, we've almost broke 100 views on it. But then again, you guys knew what I went through to make that video. I literally sat down and watched over 100 UFO videos to find the 8 or 10 that I actually used in that video. It blew me away how many of those that people would watch and believe, but the special effects literally looked like a second grader did it on their Kindle. That's how bad some of them looked. I mean, they actually had one of New York City and this huge upside down pyramid come out from behind a building in broad daylight. I mean, this thing looked like it was 100 stories tall and just kind of sat there and floated over Manhattan for like 30 minutes, but yet this never made the news. Another one actually looked like a bad Doctor Who episode, because the UFO came out of nowhere and it sat there and it just kind of wobbled back and forth, and then it just kind of wobbled away out of frame. It's like, dude, if there were little aliens inside that ship right now, all of them would have concussions and broken bones and all kinds of stuff, because their inertial dampening system was for shit. There was no, and I mean, that's all it was inertia. We are secretly observing you. Here we are, bouncing around the sky, back and forth. I try to share your channel out. I even did shout out video. I commented on your shout out video. I saw that, and matter of fact, I think you done one. I think KG done one the other day, and showed us in it. And I really appreciate all that. I appreciate everybody trying to help us grow. Oh yeah, others will come. I have no doubt in that. Others will come. It's a really slow pace. And if you guys will remember right, you know, I started my channel in March of 2019, and in May of 2020 was how long it took us to hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Well, that's when we actually got the monetization, was in May. So, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get monetized the second time. I have no clue whatsoever. But by God, the way I look at it, even if you don't get monetized, you still get the recognition and you still get paid per video or per 1,000 views. So who knows? Who knows? There's those things that mines the credibility. There's those things that mines the credibility of UFOs. We try to get you out there. I know, and I appreciate that. I really honestly do. It means a lot to me that you guys all try to get us out there as much as possible. Is those things that mines the credibility of UFOs. I don't understand, Marco. Is those things that mines? They do crazy chicken. They do. We have that's been tested and proven by content creators and friends. They do. If somebody who has an inactive channel that they don't do very much on, if they subscribe to you, yeah, the purge will grab them and jerk them right back out of your subscriber list. Oh, I understand what you're saying, Marco. Yeah, that is that really does hurt the credibility of a lot of UFO videos. Even the ones that you know, supposedly come from the military. A lot of the videos out there seem so unreal, people just don't want to believe them. You know, like the upside down pyramid floating over New York. No one is ever going to tell me that if 100-foot tall or 100-story tall pyramid floated over downtown Manhattan, that there wouldn't be a million cameras on this thing. So, you know, finding one video of this thing and no news coverage over it whatsoever. That's why we always ask for people don't like, or always ask for people to like and comment. Yeah, exactly. Do I believe in Bigfoot? I believe that there is every possibility of undiscovered species out there. You know, not only does Michigan, you know, where I'm at, not only do we have the Bigfoot legend, we have the Dogman legend. There are a lot of cryptids out there all over the world that people have reported seeing. And as somebody who gets into the supernatural, the paranormal, ufology, things like that, it'd be kind of selfish to not believe in the possibility of a Bigfoot. I mean, the Bigfoot legend's been around for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, even before white people started to colonize this continent. The Native Americans had stories of these large human-like entities that were covered in hair that walked in the wild parts of the world. So I mean, it'd be kind of selfish of us as a modern society to not give it some kind of credibility. You know, would I spend an entire lifetime going out chasing it, looking for it? No. Would I go out and do an investigation on occasion to look for it? Yeah. I wanted to go up to Manistee State Park last October, and do a weekend camp out, because October seems to be that time period in the year when the Bigfoot sightings pick up in Western Michigan. And I wanted to go out, I wanted to take the guys up there and do a weekend camp out and just film and see what we could get. And nobody wanted to do it. So, you know, the natives often talk about the Sasquatch. Yeah, I've actually got video of a West Coast member of one of the native nations that tells some of the stories of the Sasquatch, of Bigfoot, and how important those legends and stuff were to his tribe back 200 years ago. You know, a few of your Plains Indians, the Sioux, the Cheyenne, the Arapaho, the Paiute, the Pawnee, they had a legend of a giant owl. And they actually turned this legend of this giant owl into a bedtime story to scare the kids into behaving. The father and older brother, or whatever the case might be, you know, would sneak outside of the teepee while the mother was trying to put the little kids to bed. And they would tell them, you know, if you don't behave, if you don't go to sleep, the owl is going to come and take you away. And, you know, somewhere outside hiding in a tree or something like that, they would have this big forked tree limb or something, and they would either go up and start scratching on the teepee with it or something like that. If the kids were in there giggling and laughing and wasn't going to sleep, they'd go up and start scratching on the outside of the teepee and scare the hell out of the kids. So they took one of their age-old myth and legends and turned it into a way to frighten children into behaving and going to bed when they were supposed to. There will always be stories of Bigfoot sightings. There will be. There will be. I always say that the most fanciful tales, the most hard to believe myths and legends are steeped somewhere in history. They're steeped somewhere in fact. Now, you figure there are sightings of a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot type creature from every continent on the planet. If these things didn't exist, how would tribes of men who have never had contact with each other, who live thousands of miles away from each other, all have the same stories? How would they all describe the same thing if they've never had contact, if they've never heard each other's stories? Like the boogeyman. Yeah, exactly. But all right, guys, it is that time. It is time for me to be like a fat baby and head out. It is time for me to be like a, well, tree and leave. It is time for me to be like a bunch of birds and get the flock out of here. So don't forget, tonight, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are going to have Sheriff Buford T. Cletus on here, historian, paranormal investigator. And he is going to be talking about going out and investigating Civil War battlefields. He's going to be talking about investigations that just were kind of blah and didn't live up to the legends. And he's going to be talking about investigations that literally scared the hell out of him. So that is tonight, 7:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Ghost to Ghost PM, right here on Living Histories Mysteries. But until then, you guys take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. We'll see you on down the road.
Saturday, August 20th, 2022. Coming to Hartford, Michigan at the Van Buren Poorhouse Museum, it's Ghost-O-Rama. Ghost-O-Rama is a one-of-a-kind event. It's a paranormal meet and greet / flea market / Comic-Con, car show, and much, much more. There'll be paranormal groups, the Ghostbusters, the Mystery Machine, spooky vendors, live band, ghost tour, Jurassic Park, killer cars, food truck, disc jockey, historical museum, kid haunted house, and much more. Van Buren County Historical Museum. That's right, out at 58471 Red Arrow Highway, Hartford, Michigan. 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. It's an outdoor market, which is free to the public. That's right. You heard me. It's open to the public. There'll be a museum tour, $5 per person. Also, from 9 to 11, a ghost tour, $20 per person. That's right. Ghost-O-Rama is hitting West Michigan Saturday, August 20th, 2022 at the Hartford Van Buren Poorhouse Museum. This is sponsored by Southern Michigan Paranormal's UnrestrictedRadio.com, the Great Lakes Ghostbuster Coalition, How to Halloween, Frankenfest, and the Midwest Parahistorical Society.